And, we just heard some examples about what may or may not happen with paid leave. I'd like to provide just very quickly before I start my example. When we first started and opened our office, I decided to offer, and not even offer, we decided that as a matter of policy that we were going to provide 3 months of parental leave, both for all parents, birthing, non-birthing, adoptive, etc. And that includes fathers as well. And what we have found has been that it's been a profoundly successful policy. But I think also, to just counter on the point that was immediately made, is that having time with our families should not be a matter of charity or profitability. And the fact of the matter is that deciding on having paid leave and the decision and the ability to have paid leave is not about how good or charitable your employer is. It's not about whether they're a good person. And it certainly shouldn't be about whether it's profitable for a business. It should be about the importance of value of family and human beings. And these are rights for us. And parents, mothers, fathers, the human development of children should not be decided by how profitable that leave is for a business. It should be a right that is afforded to all parents and all people and all human beings. And moving on, I think I want to narrow in on dads. Let's talk about fathers and the right of fathers to have parental leave, and all non-birthing parents as well. Being a parent, a mom, a dad, etc., looks different for every family. And we don't have to subscribe to this binary of a parent that had physically birthed a child needs or deserves more leave or time than a non-birthing parent. The fact is that we need to have leave for all parents, because even if you have a birthing parent, you cannot do that alone. I want to dig into that a little bit. Ms. Bigelow, you and your colleagues at the National Partnership for Women and Families recently published your findings on the need of fathers for having paid family and medical leave. You stated some of these facts earlier, and I apologize for the redundancy, but I think it's really critical for some of my colleagues to hear this again. So, Ms. Bigelow, you said that just 5% of fathers in professional jobs took more than 2 weeks off after their most recent child was born, correct?
Yes.
And we know that low-income dads have it even worse because of the lack of paid leave. So one study of disadvantaged families showed that nearly 60% of dads reported taking 0 weeks of paid time away from work after the birth or adoption of a child. Does that sound about right to you?
Yes.
And we know that the first year after a child's birth or adoption is critical to their development or adjustment inside a new home. So fathers are more likely to remain involved in parenting and to equitably divide household chores with their partners if they take time off after their child is born, right?
That's right.
And it's true that new moms and new birthing parents have fewer postpartum health complications and improved mental health when new dads also take parental leave, right? Or take paid leave.
Yes.
So we see that dads having and non-birthing parents taking equitable paid leave is good for the parent. It's good for the birthing parent and the mom, and it's good for baby. In my home state in New York, women make up about half of New York's labor force. And I think one of the things that we've seen in my personal experience, we have fully paid parental leave, and we've had a couple of new dads in my office take it. And one of the things that I've noticed so much is that after, eventually we all go back to work, and sometimes they come and bring the baby, and we'll be with our whole families together in gatherings. And we see that too. Moms say, "Thank you so much for letting my husband stay with me, because I could not recover physically and handle a new baby and try to keep a home together all by myself. And so I'm wondering, Ms. Bigelow, how do you think this contributes to income inequity between new mothers and fathers? And anyone else on the panel, feel free to chime in as well.
Time has expired, but the gentlewoman Bigelow may answer the question.
So I'll just answer really quickly and say that no new mom should feel alone to recover from birth and get used to parenting. And I credit our own stability in my family to the fact that my husband was able to take 12 weeks paid paternity leave to the generous benefit provided by Congresswoman Nita Lowey. And so we were able to really have a good start for our family because of that. And I can't imagine not having that if I were a low wage worker.
Madam Chairman, can I just chime in there?
Yes, Mr. Kelly, you are recognized briefly.
Thank you so much. Paid parental leave has been a godsend for those who have to use it so far, right? I'm a father, and I can recall those precious weeks after there was a new addition to the family. The new baby needs attention. The whole family needs the care and love and attention that, only can be provided given that they have no stress about being able to pay rent and other expenses. The vast majority of federal employees, especially those young enough to be starting families, do not earn enough to skip even one paycheck. Take, for instance, I hear a lot of talk about how much federal employees average a year. But when you take TSA workers that average about $35,000 a year, with a new family, and then you got to worry about the house note, car note, and all of these bills and the stresses of those things, they will not be able to take off and work and take care of the family, bond with that family as necessary. So I just wanted to say that. And this FMLA leave is a necessary addition to the family parental leave. So I appreciate everyone's that's promoting this and that's sponsoring this. It's a necessary thing for underpaid federal employees.
Thank you. The gentlelady's time has expired.